What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel where I talk about evolving into your highest version, becoming your authentic self, expanding your consciousness, and learning how this reality actually works. What is the truth and what's BS? Alright, through my eyes, of course, and my own journey and my initial spiritual awakenings. So, today's video, let's jump into it. It's going to be about a plant-based diet. A plant-based diet and shifting from a meat-based diet into a plant-based one, a vegan, vegetarian, whichever one of those is more resonant with you, diet and lifestyle, for consciousness, of course. And what this has to do with your consciousness. You're evolving into your highest version. Why should you even consider it? Well, I'm going to tell you a couple of tips and things that I've learned along the way, and why I think that it would be in your favor to change your diet for the better of your evolution. So first I want to say that, I've talked about before that everything is energy, okay? This is one of the fundamentals. Go watch my other videos if you haven't. Everything is energy in this world, and everything vibrates at a certain frequency, meaning a low frequency or a high frequency. It's pretty, you guys, it's easy to understand. If something's vibrating at a low frequency, it's like, scummy, not really good for you. That you can say processed foods, right? We're gonna put that in that category. Dead animals, low frequency, low vibration. A rotten food, low vibration, low frequency, right? And then we have something at a higher level of vibration and frequency, which is something that's healthy, joyful, blissful, things of that nature. So everything is energy, and whatever you put into your body is what's gonna accumulate and it become your dominant vibration energetically, what you're sending out into the world, your auric field, okay, your vibes. What are you sending out into the world? And is your entire physical structure and body working at its highest potential so you can manifest and attract things you want into your reality, into your life? Are you tapping into your dormant superpowers as a human? How are you perceiving the world? Are you transcending your ego? Or you're going beyond that? Are you witnessing the world at a higher perspective? Well, by changing your diet, you're moving closer to this. So going back to what I was saying, that everything is energy, I mentioned that because when you're eating food, right, consider this. When you eat meat, you're eating an animal that got beaten. And more than likely, didn't enjoy the process of dying before it was served in your plate, or packaged and processed on top of that, and then into your body. So therefore, in essence, you're becoming what you eat. You're becoming that anxious, angry, fearful animal in a way. Energetically, you're putting that within you, and that becomes a part of you until you digest it. While on a plant-based diet, these plants are rich and filled with high energy, high vibration, high energy. Especially the ones that you find in, your closest farmer's market or Whole Foods or Publix that have fresh food, clean vegetables and fruits. So be conscious of what energy you're putting into your body, and is it benefiting your evolutionary growth as a being? So also, I want to tell you that by eating this plant-based diet along my journey, I realized that I was coming into a cleansing and a detoxification of, internally, of who I am. I was witnessing myself see things from a higher perspective. I was becoming more loving, more aware, self-aware, therefore self-realizing who I actually was. Connecting and becoming that higher version, that intelligent version that awaits me, that already knows God, is a part of God, and is the entire universe. So what I'm advocating here is that by changing your diet, you're taking a conscious step forward, and you're kind of inviting, like, yes, I want to evolve, I want to be more receptive to who I actually am. Especially, what are your motives behind changing your diet to begin with? And that will be your next step forward on your evolutionary journey into becoming your infinite self, your truest self. Because it all starts with you. What are you doing to be this person? What are you doing to become your best version? And changing your diet is one of those things that you do. One of the things that I did to become my best version. And now I'm just that much closer to it. So, the meats, scientifically as well, on a physical level, it's already been said that dairy and meat isn't properly processed and digested within your body. And fruits and vegetables are. Your body welcomes it. So what does that show you? And then if you already know that these things are not good for your actual health and they're not being digested properly, then what is the reason you're actually taking it? Is it because throughout your entire life you've been eating meat, you've been eating chicken, sushi, and all these things, therefore you want to continue eating the same thing that hasn't helped you become your best version? That hasn't helped you know the truth about the world, about our reality? Don't get it twisted. You can go around, through life eating meat, right? You can go throughout life and become super successful too, but you won't know who you really are. You won't be evolving, you'll be surviving to a fancier extent. Or surviving in a fancier way, with more luxury, with more lavishness. That's just surviving, no matter what way you put it. But evolving, what is evolving? Evolving is, shifting into that higher reality of yourself, where you go beyond the normal things that, we deem as normal. Going beyond the ego. Feeling how you're connected with every single person and thing on this planet. Tapping into your supernatural abilities. And seeing that you are a multidimensional infinite being. Now that is evolving. So what happened to me when I started to change my diet? So, also another thing I want to mention is that water. What kind of water are you drinking? Because a lot of water has fluoride in it. And what did I say about chemicals and energies? Is the fact that McChicken and all these fast food restaurants are very processed foods, and a lot of water that they serve you and a lot of water from the sink has fluoride in it. And fluoride, what it does is that it calcifies a portion of your body right here that many people associate with the third eye. It's like you're clogging it up with the water you drink, with the foods you eat. Therefore, your frequency transmitter, that gland that produces melatonin and serotonin, that regulates your moods, your stress levels, and the amount of dreams you have, isn't working to its highest potential. Therefore, you aren't experiencing the actual things that have to do with our life, and you're not actually functioning at your healthiest state. So after changing this to myself, I, for example, didn't have dreams before. And now I do, every single night. When before I had no dreams, and I could barely recall any dreams. You see how drastically that changed? And also, I started to become aware that I created my reality. All through first changing my diet. And seeing what lied on the other side of that. I started to feel vibrations in this area of my body when I started to eat more blueberries and drinking more smoothies with almond milk, eating more plants and salads. I started to feel things energetically. Why? Because I started to rewire my body. I started to have influence over my DNA. My DNA literally started to change. And yes, before, DNA used to be told to us that it was very rigid. It was very rigid and we couldn't change it. And everyone had their own set of DNA. But now, scientists are talking about And many researchers are talking about the fact that we have the power to manipulate and influence our DNA by our lifestyle, our thoughts, and our actions, and the way we feel. So what does that show you? That shows you by changing your diet, you're not only changing the fact that you went from eating hamburgers to eating tofu burgers or veggie patty burgers, okay? That's not the only thing that's changing. Your entire molecular structure, energetic structure is changing. Therefore, you're shifting from one individual to the next, and that's what this is all about, that I'm excited to tell you. That it's not just, don't think, oh man, I have to change my diet now, man, that sucks. I have to eat a bunch of vegetables, that's nasty. I need my meat. Because I've heard so many of that when I first used to be excited to tell people to change their diet. They used to be like, oh no, I love meat. Doctor says I need meat for protein. Listen, there's other ways that you can get your protein and vitamins and minerals. But all I'm saying is that by you making that just one big step in changing your diet and trying it out, you're no longer the same you. And by doing that, you're literally becoming a completely different person with a completely different flow of creativity, with different abilities, and with a different lifestyle. That's a completely different reality of you. So if you're excited to see what is in the other side of the door, when you become vegetarian or vegan, or just try it out and incorporate it into your life, then I'm happy. I'm excited with you, because I know that it's a completely different change. You will become and feel different. You will start to feel energies, okay? Because remember, you're changing the structure of who you are inside. So you're not gonna be the same person, and you're not gonna feel the same as you did before. You're gonna feel lighter, wiser, and more in connection and in alignment with who you really are, with an infinite intelligent portion of yourself. I've never been happier until I changed my diet. And I want you to feel the same joy and bliss and thirst for knowledge that I do. Or else I wouldn't be making these videos. And if you're gonna try it, try out the diet for at least a couple of weeks, a month, 2 months maybe, you know? Everyone's unique, everyone needs their own pace to go through a life. So take your time, take your own pace. But just know that this is in complete benefit for you. Okay? There's so many, it's like basically all pros and no cons. Yeah, just by you going vegan or vegetarian and trying it out. And you'll be cleansing yourself of all the, muck and low energies that you have, all the fear, right? All the hatred, all the guilt, all the anguish that you've been holding on to your entire life. Guess what? That starts to get purified. Your heart starts to open, and you start to become this powerhouse of energy, of clean energy, because you're eating clean energy, clean foods. Therefore, you're becoming now a more powerful creator in your life. You'll now begin to feel and know the truth more than you did when you were all clogged up on this diet that you might be eating now. So give it a shot. A famous saying growing up was, for me, if you don't know how it tastes, then try it. I know many of you have heard that. It's the same thing. Give it a try. But this is going to involve a little more desire. Instead of just trying a little plate of food, now you're going to have to shift your entire way of eating. But guess what? After you do, you get rewarded with an entire way of thinking, feeling, and being. And I think that's worth a shot. So, thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. And also stay tuned for the next video. I will be talking about my LSD experience, my story, and what that has to do with consciousness. Should you be taking it? Should you try it out? Or when should you try it? So stay tuned for that. That will be an interesting topic. And see you in the next video.